What is going on, YouTube? So I wanted to come back today. Been a few days since I got a video up, but actually just went through a move not too long ago. Anyway, big news here just about 45 minutes ago. The Lakers acquiring Anthony Davis from the Pelicans. The trade rumors that have been really heating up lately proved to come through. The Pelicans receive a return of, make sure I get everything here, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and then 3 future first-round picks, including the number 4 overall pick from this season, or from this year. So jump into my immediate reactions, I guess, what I feel for each side and the benefits and everything here. And then also just start with how this was building. So I believe it was one of those Woj bombs that dropped here around 5:30 Central Time today, 6:30 Eastern, that the Lakers were actually able to pull off what has to be so far the biggest trade of the offseason. After the NBA draft lottery arrived, it looked pretty clear that the Pelicans were going to do their best to ship off Anthony Davis to start building this team around Zion. And I do like what they've done because now they've pretty much assured their future that they're going to have future assets to work with. And that's something that David Griffin was very good at in his latter days with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So interesting too, that LeBron's involved in that deal. Anyway, the Lakers, sorry, a few more things on getting started there for the trade deal. So it looked like at first that at least ahead of the NBA draft, that the Lakers were going to have to get a third team involved in the deal to be able to put together a nice enough package for the Pelicans to want to do that. The Knicks, the Celtics, I know the Bulls, at one point the Suns were all involved in this framework, or at least the rumors to finally get AD to the Lakers. Obviously ended up just being 2 teams. The Pelicans certainly acquire a lot, but the Lakers also have to send a lot out. And then, it's nice to see this deal done ahead of draft night. This and then the Allen Crabbe trade between the Nets and the Hawks being the 2 biggest trades thus far. So the immediate impact here, and then how it goes for each side. So the immediate impact is obviously this is going to dramatically shift how teams picking really anywhere in the early part of the lottery are going to look at this draft. The Lakers, I would assume that they were looking to take a point guard. I'd assume that the Pelicans now probably are not looking to, barring a draft or another trade. I'm sure that there's going to be a few more rumors that heat up with some of the new assets that the Pelicans acquired. Drew Holiday here, he was already kind of on the trade market, it seemed. And then now he definitely is on the trade market, depending on what the Pelicans want to do with Lonzo Ball, or maybe they want to get a mentor situation set up. I know there's been a lot of talk about Mike Conley getting to stick with the Memphis Grizzlies and mentor Ja Morant for a year. Now, if the Pelicans do keep both, it's likely going to be because they want to try to contend right away for the playoffs and not really wait to build around Zion, which, given this core now, depending on how quickly Lonzo and Brandon Ingram come through, and even Josh Hart providing depth in that rotation, depending on how quickly they come through, this could actually be a Pelicans team that's in the playoffs pretty quickly, especially with trading AD. That could be a pretty good thing for them. Now, looking behind the Pelicans here, what do the Pelicans take at number 4? You probably just go with best player available, or really see what you can work with the draft night trade now with that Lakers number 4 pick in hand. Now, obviously, the Lakers are losing that number 4 pick, but it looked like they were either going to go with like DeAndre Hunter, Jarrett Culver, or Darius Garland, which comparatively to getting AD, and I know you have to ship out a lot of pieces for it, makes much more sense to go ahead and just get AD to town. Now, the Pelicans could keep the pick. Again, I don't think it makes much sense for them to go with Darius Garland. Darius Garland could actually slip to 6 now with the Phoenix Suns, but he's so valuable to both the Suns and I even think the Bulls that we could be looking at some trade scenarios that work out pretty well now for those 2 teams. Kobe White also, it looked like he might not even be on the board at 7. Now he very well could be, and maybe could fall further if Darius Garland's still there, 7-2. So the impact that it has for the Pelicans, how I feel about their end of the trade, all that fun stuff. I think the Pelicans, I think David Griffin did a great job pulling off this trade. Could they have gotten more? Maybe, but I don't think he really pushed it on this deal. There was also a report that dropped here probably about 10, 20 minutes ago that the Celtics were involved in the trade, but didn't want to give up Jason Tatum. So, I think it's a good lesson here for any general manager that was involved that, you want to make sure that try to push it too far, especially with how the trade talks broke down before. You get a solid piece. I think the best piece that they're getting here is Brandon Ingram. I think Brandon Ingram was making some big strides at times last year, especially when LeBron wasn't on the floor with him, which will be key because now he gets to fit in with another Duke forward with Zion. It'd be interesting to see how they play together. That's one of the more intriguing parts of the deal, I think. Lonzo Ball, I think he's a good piece. New Orleans, is that a good fit for? Maybe a little bit lower pressure market. They could help them thrive. And then I also think that Josh Hart could be a solid piece for them off the bench. Again, if they're looking to maybe contend right away, even if not, Josh Hart kind of had an up and down season, but I think he's still a promising piece. They could be like a 7th or 8th man right now in that rotation, given they bring in some quality free agents that aren't really stars, but still good rotational pieces. Now, the 3 first-round picks is obviously a huge haul for them. Given that they have the first overall pick, you now assure your future, as I mentioned before, with Zion Williamson. And now you can go out and get a decent piece with that for a 4th overall pick, or now you can work in more trades. It just gives the Pelicans a lot more flexibility. The Lakers. So, obviously, you're in a win-now mode. You have to go out and get as much as you can to help LeBron James win before his time is done as a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA. And now you go out and get another top 5, top 10 NBA caliber talent, and Anthony Davis automatically form one of the best duos, if not the best duo in the Western Conference. So good, yes. Are the Lakers going to be in title contention? Maybe. But also, they kind of had to pull off this deal. I think it obviously benefits both sides. It's been talked about for a while now. And the Lakers do they give up a lot for the future? Of course. But who knows where it will go from here if they land another piece that wants to play alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They can kind of take the reins after they're done. Anthony Davis also said that he will play out the remainder of his contract with the Lakers, and then he plans to enter free agency. So we'll see where that goes from there. So already one big name that could hit the free agent market in 2020. So anyway, that's pretty much it for. I'm trying to think if there's any other tidbits or anything there. Obviously, it shifts the contention picture here in the West. The Pelicans could still be in contention. I think this trade benefits them even in an immediate sense, but also you get the Lakers that, with the Warriors possibly falling off that top mantle out west, that you get the Lakers that are positioned to get anywhere between a 3 and a 5 seed, if not better. It really depends on how the rest of the offseason shakes out and how the health of Anthony Davis and LeBron James holds up. But anyway, that is pretty much it.